Power levels, a notorious concept adored by everyone. Okay, well, maybe not everyone, but the point still stands that power levels are a very important part of Dragon Ball, often used to put a character's strength into numbers, something said by Toriyama himself. However, this concept was quickly dropped after the Namek Saga due to their power levels becoming absolutely ridiculous, with Super Saiyan Goku reaching an astonishing level of 150 million. Which brings up the question, what is Goku's power level after the Namek Saga? For this video, I will attempt to make an estimate on what Goku's power level should be at the end of the next arc, the Cell Games. Do know I will be lowballing Goku's level at certain points, as not every strength increase has an exact or even rough quantification, so please keep that in mind when watching the video, and with that disclaimer out of the way, let's see how many scouters Goku's gonna break. Shortly after Namek's destruction, King Cold ventured out into space and found Frieza drifting in the remains of Namek. After being brought aboard, his body was then reinforced with cybernetics, making him even stronger than before. When he fought Trunks, it was stated in Daizenshuu 5 that the supernova he launched at Trunks was dozens of times stronger than the one he used to destroy Namek, and as you may know, Frieza was at half power when he destroyed Namek. Even if you interpret dozens as the bare minimum 24 times increase, that would still mean Frieza is 12 times stronger than he was on Namek at full power, giving him a power level of 1,440,000,000. Despite this massive increase, Trunks absolutely embarrassed Frieza, arguably worse than Goku did on Namek. So because of this, the gap between Frieza and Trunks should at least be similar to the 20% gap between Goku and Frieza on Namek, giving Trunks a power level of 1.8 billion. And since Goku was capable of blocking Trunks' sword slashes with one finger, and being stated to be comparable to Trunks and El Manga Legendario, Goku should also have a power level of 1.8 billion. Trunks then proceeds to warn everyone about the upcoming threat of the androids, emphasizing how they have power far exceeding his own. And Piccolo then tells everyone that if they don't think they can do anything against the androids, then they shouldn't bother showing up to fight them. Despite Piccolo saying this, he seems fine with bringing Gohan along to the battlefield, even though Goku is someone who also doesn't let Gohan fight if he thinks he is too weak to be of any assistance. This must mean they are confident in Gohan's ability to fight androids who can body future Trunks, meaning Gohan should at least be on the level of that version of Trunks. And going by their training in the hyperbolic time chamber and during the 3 years of training versus the androids, we know Goku should at least be on Gohan's level base to base. So with Super Saiyan, he would be over 50 times stronger than Gohan and future Trunks, giving Goku after his training for the androids a power level of 90 billion. But unfortunately, Goku contracting the heart virus ends up removing him from the battlefield for quite a while, so we have to use other people as a measuring stick until we get to the Cell Games. Piccolo, while not exactly as strong as the Super Saiyans, is still implied by Krillin to be in their general tier, so he should also have a power level in the range of 90 billion. Piccolo then ends up merging with Kami, giving him a massive power boost. El Manga Legendario states that Piccolo quintupled his power when he fused with Nail, and considering how much Piccolo fusing with Kami was hyped up, he should have gotten the same boost as he did with Nail bare minimum. This might actually be a lowball since Elder Guru thinks that Piccolo would have defeated Vegeta had he merged with Kami, despite Vegeta having a power level over 5 times higher than his. But even this lowballed Kami fusion multiplier still results in Piccolo obtaining a power level of 450 billion. Despite this massive increase, Piccolo was ultimately no match for the powered up MrPerfectCell, who completely stonewalled his light grenade, with his strength only continuing to skyrocket after absorbing Android 17. He then became powerful enough to tank all of Android 16's attacks, who was a rival for his previous form. Daizenshuu 7's barrier entry explains that having twice the ki of your opponent will result in you completely negating their attacks, which means that MrPerfectCell is bare minimum 4 times stronger than Kami Fusion Piccolo, giving him a power level of at least 1.8 trillion. However, Piccolo, after training in the hyperbolic time chamber, powers up to the point where even Trunks is left speechless at his improvement. meaning Piccolo should be at or above semi-perfect-cell, since Trunks viewed him as more of a joke than anything. This of course means Piccolo has also achieved a power level in excess of 1.8 trillion. And while this was a remarkable increase in power, he sadly ends up being power cliffed to the point where even base Gohan and Goku surpass him after their training in the hyperbolic time chamber. We know this due to Deborah implying that base adult Gohan, who is confirmed weaker than his Cell Games counterpart, is stronger than Piccolo. This would mean that as a grade 4 Super Saiyan, Cell Games Gohan would be over 1,000 times stronger than Piccolo, granting him an insane power level of 1.8 quadrillion. And if you're curious about where the 1,000 times multiplier came from, then I would recommend this video going over the different grades of Super Saiyan. Now, while one can make the argument that grade 4 Gohan is stronger than grade 4 Goku, it probably isn't by too much, and the anime makes it very apparent that both Gohan and Goku were both capable of fighting Perfect Cell prior to him powering up, with several guys like El Manga Legendario implying that Gohan just didn't surpass Goku until he acquired Super Saiyan 2, with this being reiterated in other guides. So this would mean that Goku should scale to Gohan, meaning at long last we finally have our power level for Goku at the end of the Cell Games, and that level is 1.8 quadrillion. And I think that's a good stopping point for the video. And well, to be honest, there are definitely ways to scale Goku's power level even higher than this, but I'm quite confident my comment section would not like it if I said Goku's power level was any higher than it is now. So I think where I scaled his power level is fine. And if you guys like this concept, maybe I can do this with other characters, say Majin Buu. But until then, I will see you guys in the next upload. Later!